Arriving on Hulu on February 9, Suncoast is filmmaker Laura Chin's semi-autobiographical feature film debut. Inspired by Chin's own teenage years and her brother's tragic illness, the movie follows Doris, Nico Parker, and her mother Christine, Laura Linney, as they attempt to navigate their strained relationship while moving Doris' brother Max, Krikawa, into a hospice. Outside tensions ride as well because Terry Schiavo, whose story made headlines in the 90s, is a resident of the same hospice. While protesters make daily life more difficult at Suncoast, Doris manages to befriend one of them named Paul, played by Woody Harrelson. He helps her face the inevitable grief she feels over her brother's imminent passing just as Doris begins to reach out to her peers at school and form new relationships. Suncoast premiered at Sundance to rave reviews and features a strong ensemble cast, including Matt Walsh, Kayla Monterroso Mejia, Scott MacArthur, Ella Anderson, Daniela Taylor, Amar, and Ariel Martin. Screen Rant interviewed Nico Parker about her preparation for Suncoast and the balance of humor and hardship in its screenplay. The young actor also shared praise for co-stars Linney and Harrelson, as well as her excitement for the upcoming live-action adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon. Nico Parker talks Suncoast, Laura Linney, and her love of live action. Screen Rant: I read that Laura Chin was considering you for the role of Doris before the screenplay was even finished. What was your first reaction when you read the story yourself? You spend a lot of time on screen with Laura Linney, even though that mother-daughter dynamic is often adversarial on the screen. What was the introduction like off-screen? What did you learn from working with her? I was really fascinated by the fact that we didn't get that many flashbacks with Doris and Max, for example. I feel like that probably helps play into the denial that she's facing, but what was it like for you to navigate the grief, given that you don't really get to play the sibling relationship? Speaking of her friends, some of the most awkward yet heartwarming moments in the film come from that friend group. What was it like getting to build that relationship with all of these similarly aged new friends of yours on screen? I know that this is a very personal story for Laura Chin, but did her story affect your interpretation of Doris at all? Did you guys talk about her real-life experience, or was it more focused on the script? Woody Harrelson is another adult that you share several scenes with. What do you feel like you took away from that dynamic and how did it really shape Doris's conclusion, like the end of her story?